It's time for the MCTS experience with Mr. Orfe and Mr. Nash. Discover your passion and unlock your future.
Welcome, everybody. We're very, very excited to have our year-end wrap-up episode of the MCTS experience. With me, as always, is my partner in crime, Mr. David Nash. How are you, sir?
Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here, and I mean it because I love it, and I love coming to MCTS, and I love serving the kids, serving the district, and serving the community.
You and me both, buddy. And of course, we would be remiss if we didn't say hello to our good friend, the glue that holds the entire operation together, Nick MacGyver Sikowski. Hello, Nick.
He just nods his head.
But he's there, though. We feel his presence.
It's the truth, dude. None of this would be happening if it wasn't for producer
Even
Nick.
over the podcast waves, they got a jolt of energy during that little gap in radio silence. Or podcast silence, as it were. All right, let's get started. A couple quick announcements before we get underway. There is a district information session. This is for potential high school students or eighth graders considering our programs. And their parents. Parents are welcome. Really, anybody, community member, you want to come out? It's a virtual info session.
Bring a neighbor.
Bring a neighbor. Bring a pet if you want. We welcome them at the virtual sessions. There's a link on our website. You can find it, and just keep checking our website and all of our social media. We'll post about it. Quick link. It's a bit.ly link, easy to follow.
It makes so much. Really makes so much sense for you to do a virtual or in person, whatever you want to do. Just to peel back, like you can learn only so much from a website. And then when you come here, when your son or daughter visits, usually it's check us out on a website, information session, in-person visit. The kid's like, I want to go there. That's how it goes down every time.
That's how we really get them. That's how we really get them on the hook.
They see the reality.
So that'll be January 4th from 6 to 7 p.m. Follow that link. You're going to be able to ask the guy who runs these sessions. Good looking, smart.
Oh my goodness,
charismatic, and he knows everything. So ask him anything
He's been around
you
the
want.
block. He's seen a lot of things. It might be you. It's you, right, Orfe?
I
have no recollection, Senator.
I refuse to answer on the grounds that I may incriminate myself. Nash, tell us what's going on with Skills USA.
We get ignited on the year September. We go through that fall season. We start to tread into winter, and when we come back from the holiday break, magic happens because picture the Food Network style challenges that you see on TV.
Yeah.
And imagine that's for the electricians, the culinary students, the business class, the automotive. People from the outside industry come in and judge our students on a local competition. They compete against each other.
Okay.
Then the best of the best from that tread onto the state level contest, which is in March, April. And then you already know where it's going. If you win states, then you go to nationals. Nationals is in Atlanta, Georgia this year. So it's the career area of study. Skills USA is the student organization. It's kind of like an FBLA, an FFA, a DECA, a HOSA. Skills USA encompasses all the career areas of study, and it starts with the local contest. It's going to be on January 10th through the 14th.
Okay.
And teachers are already getting their judges lined up. They get people from the industry, retirees, people from maybe from a supply house or something of a managerial component, and it works out really well.
Kids are practicing, et cetera, right? Too.
Yeah, kids are practicing. They don't.
Are they allowed to practice, Dick?
They practice on the skills that are going to be required, but we don't set up the actual contest. We like them to jump into that. It's like jumping into an ice bath.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid competing here when I was a student in automotive technology. And I remember you cannot describe what that feels like when you're in high school and you compete. Nick's shaking his head. He did it for graphics. There's an element of competition that is so healthy, so needed, and only a competitive environment can breed that. And that's what Skills USA. It's like life. You have to go to a job interview. A job interview only has one type of feeling because you have to do it to experience it. And a contest in your trade area of study or career area of study replicates that to the best of our capability, and that's the beauty of it.
P.S. I remember going with you a couple of years ago with Annalise to it was sort of like an ambassadors of Skills USA thing.
Yes.
These are high level kids. These are kids, the good ones, the best ones in their shops get to go and compete in these things.
It's fun to watch the students' minds almost open up like a flower does.
Yeah.
At first, they're very closed. The petals are shut. What is this? I don't know why we have to do this. Most instructors make the contest a graded component. Like you don't have a way out because if you tell students you don't have to do this, 3/4 of them will say, I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it. I learned that as the auto shop teacher. I'm like, listen, everybody's got to compete. You're not going to get, the cream of the crop's going to rise to the top. But everybody needs to have this feeling in life. And it's so neat because I will tell you this, when I go out to job sites and I meet with people that have attended the school 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, they all remember if they competed in Skills USA or VICA. It was called VICA at one time. Now it's called Skills USA.
Okay.
But people remember that. It's a rite of passage for a CTE school. And it's powerful. I can tell you how I felt competing there in 1988. I can still have those memories and those feelings right now.
If you don't mind me saying, the thrill is not just in winning, but in the courage to join the race.
No, and again, I'm not making it about me, but this is relevant for anybody listening. I had a judge tell me, this is 32 years ago, 33 years ago, I had a judge tell me, hey, listen, even though you're a first-year student, you got a lot of talent and you're going to make it in this industry.
Wow.
And I still remember that guy.
That's powerful when you're that age. That's amazing. It stayed with you all this time. Yeah. We got to keep moving because we're only on the announcements, and now
I get too excited. Sorry.
On track to have our longest podcast ever. All right. We are going to be closed, of course, for the holiday break from December 24th to January 2nd. Students, we expect you back here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on January 3rd. Back to school. What's next, Nash?
Well, if you're listening and you know somebody that has already graduated high school, we have adult school registration walk-ins are on January 5th and 6th, that week of the 3rd. And that's super important because there's a lot of opportunity at our adult evening school. It's, whether it's Mercer County College, Mercer County Technical Schools for high school students, or Mercer County adult evening schools, it's all under the umbrella of Mercer County, but each schooling's a little different, and the registration occurs in person January 5th and 6th.
You may also apply on our website, of course, mcts.edu, little drop-down adult evening school. So please check out all that as well as information about those programs. All right, now let's take a little look back. Let's take a walk down memory lane as well as a look forward.
I love reflecting upon the year that occurred.
Let's reflect
and be thankful, especially, this time of the year where we reflect and be appreciative and thankful of what we experienced and got to experience. And, I got to say that we did a bang up job as a family and as a team this year.
Agree. We have, really, really good leadership in this district that got us through this time, made a lot of good decisions. And I don't think we'd be where we are right now without that. Speaking of leadership, we had a new superintendent, Dr. James Fazzone.
Wow.
Former SIPEC principal. Now he's flying the plane. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What else? Other new administrators too. Our interim superintendent, of course. New administrators. 2 new principals at SIPEC and the Assenpink Center, and 3 new supervisors, SIPEC, Assenpink, and our adult evening school as well.
Change is a good thing. We had amazing support for a really long time, and bless them. They're wonderful. They're doing great things now. And this new team that's come on is really, the transition, the baton passing went smoothly, efficiently. And I can tell you, it's funny. I had a person ask me like, hey, how's things going? And I really said, I think things are going really well. I feel good when I pull into the parking lot at both campuses, and the amount of students that we see coming alive, being excited to be here, being here in person. I mean, it really is a transformative process, and we can see the uptick in our student body and the instructors. We got some new instructors too that are killing it.
New instructors doing a great job. And in general, this has been the theme every single podcast, Nash. The students are happy to be back. The teachers are happy to be back. The students are happy to be back. There's a very, very positive energy throughout both campuses, throughout the entire MCTS environment.
So true.
It's contagious too. What else? We started a new newcomer academy. Really, really cool. Really, really proud of that on behalf of all of our leadership.
Providing an uplifting opportunity, providing an upwelling opportunity for people that are, new to our culture, new to Mercer County, new to the environment, and not knowing which direction to go. This is kind of a neat opportunity for you to climb into an elevator and start working your way up. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And the students are really having a good time. You can see it. You can see it on their faces.
I can see a massive difference when I see the newcomer students on campus, that you can see they've embraced being MCTSers.
I've already bragged about enrollment, but it is going great. You folks, if you're out there listening, thinking about applying, you haven't done it yet, you better do it fast.
Or is this a furniture like going out of business sale technique that
this is not. We are going to sell out, and we're not going out of business. you better buy that couch or that bed if you need it.
So look,
But it's not that kind of a commercial. That's my point.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you really do see a marked improvement of people wanting to come to MCTS and CTE in general.
Yes, and it's beyond just the pendulum swinging away from one school of thought towards another school of thought. It is the good stuff that we are doing here at MCTS, and people are hearing about it. It's great. It's not just a sizzle, though. It is a big, juicy, delicious steak.
Well, somebody told me a long time ago is when kids really sense a fun, exciting, tangible, real learning environment, the good brings the good. So dinner table conversations, what I like to call lunch table conversations. Kids go back from here and talk to their kids, their friends, maybe underclassmen, brothers and sisters, neighbors. It's not only just the kids, but peer to peer is so strong, and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. They go back to that homeschool and say, "Here's what I did today," or "This is what my teacher said," and it's working.
And I really will give this as it's really linked. The chains in a conversation, chains and links in a conversation. Just this morning, we had a incredible career-based opportunity come to our morning class and PM class, jet electrical testing. Everybody Google this. You're sitting here listening to this. You're like, well, what is that? Well, they collaborate with the PSE&Gs and the utility companies to test super incredible methods of delivering energy, whether it's wind, solar, electricity. And this company there's less than 8 of these companies that manage this in the state, and they're seeking to hire our students. They hire mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, kinesthetically gifted individuals that manage the ability to work with this equipment. And our school produces all that. So they came in, they bought the students a bagel breakfast. As the kids sat there and talked, they shared their business model. They shared what they're looking for. They're saying, hey, we're going to be looking for entry-level talent in the spring, meaning juniors in high school, not graduates. They want to hire the juniors that are motivated to bring them in. Then after the junior summer's over, they want to keep them on the co-op program, which again, this isn't a job. You're uploading to a career.
You're starting a career.
And if you want to go to a 2 or 4 year school and study mechanical or electrical engineering, they're totally fine with that. They encourage that. And if you want to go to the Union, Local 269 over in Lawrenceville, you can totally do that. If you want to work for the company, you can totally do that. So kids are sitting there going, wow, this is an opportunity for me to activate my adult life. And this is real right in front of me. Like the roller coaster cart pulled up in front of them today. And they're like, hey, if you want to get in, we're here. Let's do it.
Wow.
And so
jet electrical testing.
Big
thanks to them for the bagels and the opportunities.
And it's just the business owner. The president of the company was there, and he brought a retiree with him.
Unbelievable.
Really
that's
exciting.
Great.
And that's
great.
That's one snapshot. That's happening in every one of our classes.
Yes, it is indeed. Business tech. I know that they've had a whole series of interviews. Medical office assistant also just
Hamilton cardiology. I mean, listen, I feel if you're listening to me, Mick, we could play a game. We should do that next podcast. You say a program, I name partners that we have coming into the school, sharing what they do. I can easily do that. I can easily. It's like lightning round. It's like a game show. I can do that all day long. So
I love it. Speed round.
I love it.
Next time, stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Hey, last but not least, give us a quick update on CIE, please.
Well, so for everybody, if you don't know what CIE is, just picture internships and cooperative education, meaning your son or daughter comes to the school, they get uploaded for their first year. So whether they're a freshman, sophomore, or junior, they get uploaded 1 year. And then the second year, or maybe even the third or fourth year, it allows them to go out and immerse themselves into a career field. CIE stands for Cooperative Industrial Education, but I like to use the word co-op because that transcends anyone's acronyms and terminology. Everybody knows internship and co-op. And what we do is we encourage students to start working in a job, high school job, before we introduce the co-op. And then once they get introduced to the co-op, it allows them to make an educated decision for their post-secondary life and their post-secondary procedures, meaning whether it's 2 or 4 year college, trade school, whether that's union or non-union, career-based employment with upward mobility, or military. Those are the 4 pathways we teach all the time because most kids only think it's only 2 or 4 year college. That's not true. That is so not true.
There's a lot of other options.
So when they get immersed in an internship, it allows them to make an educated decision on where to funnel that very expensive and serious decision after high school. So if everybody in listening to this podcast heard someone say, I wish I would have known about this, whether it's Mercer County Technical School, a career area they're working in, we do that. And that's for the purpose of CIE.
I hear it all the time. I hear it from parents. I hear it from teachers. I hear it from students. Or people just out of high school. I wish I knew about this. Now you know. Come see us. That's a wonderful note for us to go out on, actually, Mr. Nash. What a great year. Students, thank you. Keep up the great work. Teachers, thank you. Keep up the great work. Any other shout outs you need to give out there, Mr. Nash?
No, I just want to say I had a great fall teaching OSHA. And that's another exciting thing that we do here. We teach in person OSHA, a 10-hour general health and safety training. And I'm just thankful for the opportunity I get to do that. I love doing it. I work in employability and I work in relevant subject matter in addition to the actual OSHA required training information. And I love doing that. That's from September until right around now.
One more thing that makes our students such a valuable commodity to the employment world, right?
Well,
employers need that.
I've had students that obtain an environmental engineering position. And the reason why that they wanted them in there is they already had their OSHA 10. I'm not saying it gets anyone anything. It's a supplemental component that makes our guys and girls stronger.
It's a little icing on the cake of a good foundation, I believe. Mm-hmm. This has been great. It's been a great year. Thanks again to everybody, including all our backers and listeners. We are way past that listening milestone, right, Mr. S?
No, he just nods his head.
Yes, he's nodding. That's great. That's great. So let me give a big thanks to our entire crew here at the MCTS Experience, and all of our students, faculty, and support staff, and our maintenance people as well. I'd like to remind everybody listening to this podcast to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Check out our YouTube channel for all kinds of great videos from students. We got a new one coming out very, very soon.
I will not tell you. I saw it being edited when I walked in this room.
Yes,
it is awesome.
Yes, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So keep your eyes, and please, for heaven's sake, share that. Would you share it with everybody?
Yeah,
put it out there. Do like us and follow us on all of those social media platforms. Share this podcast with a friend or a family member, and listen to it on Google Play, Spotify, and iTunes. And on behalf of myself, we want to wish you all, on behalf of myself, my partner in crime, Mr. David Nash, Nick MacGyver-Sikowski, we want to wish everyone a happy holidays and a happy new year from all of us at the MCTS Experience. And until next time, this is Mr. Orfe, Mr. Nash, and Nick MacGyver-Sikowski reminding you to discover your passion
and unlock your future.